Guys, there's all this talk about where's LeBron gonna go, where's Paul George gonna go, and now where's DeAndre Jordan gonna go? Talks about the Spurs trading Kawhi Leonard possibly to the Lakers. I'll wait till this is over. So I've decided to put all four prospects onto the Lakers. Obviously, the Lakers can't afford all four players, but I couldn't pick and choose. So I was actually debating on leaving Kawhi Leonard out of the Lakers. I have Kawhi Leonard here. I have Paul George. I have DeAndre and LeBron James all here on the Lakers team. I was gonna leave um, Kawhi Leonard out because obviously if they make a trade with the Lakers, three or four of the players on this team right now will not be there. So I was just like, who am I going to get rid of? Do I get rid of Lonzo Ball? Do I get rid of uh, uh, I don't even know their names. No, uh, you know, do I get rid of Contavious Caldwell Pope? Do I get rid of Lonzo Ball? Do I get rid of three or four of their bench players for Kawhi Leonard to the Spurs? Like, I don't know what to do. So who am I getting rid of? I don't know. So you can see better how the team would be with Kawhi Leonard on there. But with Kawhi Leonard here, I doubt LeBron, Paul George, and DeAndre Jordan would all be there as well. So I figured, you know what the hell? I'll keep them all. So I got rid of three players steep into the bench. Uh, but the question is not, I know LeBron wants to win a championship right now, right? And he doesn't want to do it by himself. He got swept in the finals. So the question isn't, can LeBron make it to the playoffs? Because he's the greatest player in the league right now. So he's going to make it to the playoffs regardless of what team he has. And some may argue that he had the worst team in the league and how the hell did he make that shot? Come on, man. Game is based on reality. But yeah, they said that he possibly had the worst team in the playoffs, and it's because of him that he made it to the finals. But let's be realistic. Even with the worst team in the league, you can't. Even with the best player in the world, you still can't make it to the finals with a really horrible team. Uh, they've got to play well at some point. I mean, you can't beat teams like Boston, Indiana, and all those teams that they beat in the Eastern Conference without having some skill. Because if they truly were the worst team in the league, then they would have been eliminated in the first round of the playoffs. Just because LeBron James can't score 70 to 100 points per game. He can't play 48 minutes for 4 games in a row and score all their points. Like, other players did score points for the Cavaliers. So can't say that LeBron did it all himself, because he didn't. But he did carry them, and he carried them a lot in the finals, and I saw that, and I had a whole new respect for LeBron and all the work he did in the finals to carry them. And you don't blame him for giving up on them. Like, he busted his ass in the finals, and he got nothing out of it. So you can't really blame him for wanting to go someplace else. So where can he go? Where can LeBron go to A, make it to the playoffs, and B, or I should say, make it to the finals, and B, actually beat the Golden State Warriors if they're able to pass Houston next season if Chris Paul is healthy? Where can he go? Now, he made it to the finals with the Cavaliers. He just needed help. So I was telling my friends here, shouldn't he just stay with the Cavaliers and get a trade for a Kawhi Leonard, or sign Paul George, or sign a DeAndre Jordan? Do they have enough money to sign these players? Do they have enough money to make a trade for a Kawhi or someone else? It's ooh, I gotta sneeze. Hold up. Oh shit. But yeah, I don't know the financial aspect to getting these players for LeBron in Cleveland, but at some point you got to lose faith in the front office. Like he spent 7 years there with them, his first 7 years with the Cavaliers, and didn't get, you know, didn't get a championship with them. I mean, he made it to the finals, but he didn't win anything with them. Uh, and they didn't do much while he was gone either. I mean, they got Kyrie Irving when he came back, you know, and all that, but they traded Kyrie Irving away, or Kyrie Irving chose to leave. Well, they traded him, but still, he wanted to leave. And had they not traded away Isaiah Thomas, would Cleveland have been in Golden State? Probably not. No, we're talking crazy. But it would have given Cleveland a second option, and it would have given LeBron time to rest in these games a little bit. But oh, that's missed. But I gotta be honest with you, that reason right there is wherever LeBron James lands, he needs DeAndre Jordan. Well, depending on where he goes. If he goes to the Lakers, I think DeAndre Jordan needs to be there. He gets to stay with LA. He doesn't get to leave his family, his friends, and his fans. His fans will still see him. He'll just be wearing a different jersey. That's it. Oh, come on. I know this game likes to be realistic, but you're being a little bit unrealistic when you miss 2 layups. But if LeBron chooses to go to the Lakers, he definitely needs to bring DeAndre Jordan, because you need a big man to win a championship. I mean, when James did it with Cleveland, he had Kevin Love. Maybe not technically a big man, but he was still a man, power forward. When he won with Miami, he had Chris Bosh. When Golden State won, they have what's his name? I forgot his name. Hold up. I know his name. Oh, for fuck's sake, let me look at the... They have Draymond Green. There we are. So, I mean, he's not Shaq caliber, you know, or anything like that, but he still helps out the team in tremendous ways, defensively and rebounding and all of that. So you need a big man if you're going to win a title. You know, Spurs had Tim Duncan, so you need someone big. So wherever DeAndre Jordan, if he goes to the Lakers, I feel like LeBron should go to the Lakers as well, if that's what he wants to do. Because if he doesn't want to go to the Lakers, then Philadelphia, where there's Joel Embiid. You know, he needs to play with a big man who actually plays like a big man. Now, if he goes to the Lakers with DeAndre Jordan, they're going to get comparisons of Shaq and Kobe. Be prepared for that. That's going to happen. So if they bring a Paul George with them, or if the Spurs make the trade with the Lakers for Kawhi Leonard, then you'll have Kawhi Leonard, LeBron, and DeAndre Jordan. That is definitely a successful team, a championship team on paper. But depending on what players they give up. So I'll see. Because I like the pairing of DeAndre Jordan and LeBron. I mean, both of them can dunk on top of anybody. They can catch the ball from absolutely anywhere on the floor. LeBron is going to have a fun time passing the ball to him on a fast break. I think their chemistry is going to be really well. Lob City will return, but this time to the Lakers. So I think I like the pairing of those two. Now, do you really need Kawhi Leonard? No, you don't need to trade for Kawhi Leonard if you get LeBron and DeAndre Jordan off free agency. Now, if you want other players from the Spurs, maybe Danny Green, who needs to get his three-point shooting back on track. But if he can hit the three-pointers like he used to back in the day, then he'll be a good fit with LeBron because he can just dish it out to open Danny Green. And LeBron needs a shooter. LeBron needs a shooter in LA. So if they trade San Antonio for Kawhi Leonard, maybe Danny Green, but I don't think the Spurs are going to give up give up both of them. But no, I honestly don't want Kawhi Leonard. If LeBron and DeAndre go to the Lakers, there's no need for Kawhi Leonard to be there. It just doesn't make sense to get rid of pieces for one guy who's been injured all of last year. I mean, you got two healthy guys, well, for the most part, in LeBron and DeAndre. You don't want to trade your younger guys for a guy who was injured all last season. So if LeBron and DeAndre go, leave it at that. Don't trade for Kawhi Leonard. I mean, you can still sign Paul George if they have the money for it. So, I mean, now the team of DeAndre Jordan and LeBron James with this Lakers team, they're going to make it to the playoffs. The Lakers did not make it to the playoffs last season. So one of the questions LeBron has got to be asking me is, what team can I go to the playoffs with and make it? And you want a good team too, because you don't want to, that's a bad shot, I think. You don't want to leave one Cleveland Cavaliers team for another. Same team, just a different jersey. So you don't want to leave a bad team to join another bad team and carry them all the way to the playoffs, right? So he's got to make sure that the team he joins is better than the team he left. Now, are the Lakers better than the Cavaliers without LeBron James? That would be interesting. Because the Cavaliers still have Kevin Love. So, they still have some pretty good pieces there. Obviously, they're not great pieces. Otherwise, they would have beaten at least Golden State in one game. But I mean, keep in mind, LeBron can still re-sign with Cleveland, so he could stay with Cleveland. He knows he can make it to the finals with Cleveland, but the question isn't can he make it to the finals? We know in the East he can make it to the finals with any team. The question is, can he beat Golden State or Houston in the NBA Finals? He's not going to do that with Cleveland, with the team that they have. Can he do it with the Lakers, with the team we have right here on the screen? I think he can if he gets DeAndre Jordan and maybe Paul George. I mean, Kawhi Leonard, it depends on what pieces the Lakers get back. They're not going to trade three other players for one guy. They need something more. I mean, I think with Brook Lopez, DeAndre Jordan, LeBron James, Lonzo Ball, and the question mark for the two guard, they're good. I think that's a solid lineup right there. But then again, we also thought that Oklahoma City with Russell Westbrook, Paul George, and Carmelo Anthony was going to work out, and obviously that didn't. So a lot of teams look good on paper, but they're not. It doesn't transfer over on the court, so who knows? I mean, I don't want to get rid of Brandon Ingram. I think he's got a good future. I mean, he can still have that future with Cleveland, but playing with an all-star, playing with veterans like LeBron could probably help him develop. I mean, LeBron's obviously a mastermind on the court, and he's in players' ears all the time. He's a good person to learn from. And this is coming from a guy who's not really his fan. I mean, I was a fan of his in the finals. Like, he played tremendously, but in the playoffs in general. But see, I have more respect for LeBron now when he was in Cleveland by himself than when he was in Miami with Wade and Bosh, and when he was with Cleveland with Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love, even though Kevin Love is still there. It's just like I have more respect for people who bust their ass than rely on other players to get them through it. Like, that's why I respected Jordan so much in Chicago. Yes, he had Scottie Pippen, but Scottie Pippen was born and bred in Chicago. Like, he became a star with the Bulls. Yes, they did get some outside help. You know, Horace Grant came from other team. I believe Dennis Rodman came from other teams, Detroit and all that. But they weren't bona fide all-stars, you know, before they got there. Dennis Rodman, yes, he was an all-star a few times, but when he came to Chicago, he was a different kind of player with Chicago. It was mostly defense and rebounding. That was mostly what he did. He wasn't dominant on the offensive end. You know, he wasn't a Patrick Ewing, a Hakeem Olajuwon, a Dikembe Mutombo, you know, players like that who can dominate and put up 30 points and 20 rebounds in the game. He wasn't that kind. He was just mostly rebounds and defense, and that helps a lot, obviously. But when you have guys like Jordan and Pippen on your team, you don't really need to do much. Why am I shooting a jumper with DeAndre? What the hell? Speaking of Jordan, I thought I had the wrong one. A different one. Yeah, but if you compare lineups like rosters, this Golden State Warriors to the Chicago Bulls of 1998 or whatever, you're gonna say on paper, Golden State is a much better team on paper. Like, from top to bottom, they have better players, and you know, like Steve Kerr. Can Steve Kerr go one-on-one against Stephen Curry or Sean Livingston? No. You know, it's just not gonna happen. Though Klay Thompson versus Scottie Pippen, that would be a matchup. Scottie would not leave Klay Thompson open at all. And who's going to guard Jordan? I mean, on paper, they have better players, better players on paper as far as the bench is concerned. But, you know, it's also a different time. I mean, the defense Chicago played, they can't play now in this sensitive era. You can't even breathe on a player. But killing him, just killing him. Come on. But yeah, in games in general, like, I have more respect for players who try to figure it out first before they start leaning on other tricks. Like, you know, same thing with Grand Theft Auto, you know, Call of Duty, any game out there. Like, I have more respect for players who just get in the game and try to figure it out before they go to YouTube and learn tricks and cheats and glitches and all this other stuff. Like, just learn to play the game, you know. And if you can't figure it out, if you still suck after a few months, well, then you go to YouTube and get the help you need. But I always like to figure it out first. So I have more respect for players in the league who, you know, bust their ass for years to try to get that championship before they jump to other teams. Yes, LeBron James spent 7 years with Cleveland before he went to Miami. But he did make it into the playoffs and I believe to the finals with the Cleveland team before he went to Miami. He just couldn't beat, you know, the other team there to advance or to make it to the championship. But I cannot play and think at the same time. But let me just shut up here for a minute and play.
4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc. Now here's Curry. Not a lot of room. Knocked away. And here's the fast break. Paul leading the way. The basket is good. That's his 6th attempt in his 3rd make. Look out. He's starting to find the range in this 2nd period. And the replay is courtesy of Under Armour. Unleash chaos. It was a great sequence from the steal all the way to
Obviously, the Lakers don't play defense like I do, but...
Curry kicks to Iguodala.
Oh, that was mine to block. Still got it.
Yeah, it just seems whatever they do, nothing's working right now to stop the bleed. It takes an effort on both ends of the floor, and you have to find the right matchups to exploit. Just a really solid display there of rebounding. They've done it really all game. They are under glass every time down the floor, and it's clear that they want to win that rebounding battle.
And so a pretty lopsided game for the first half. Lakers on top, running away with it. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Hey, Kevin, thanks. Hey, Draymond, at times in that first half, they got it going in transition. Why were they able to beat you defensively?
I don't think it was so much defense as it was offensively. You know, we turned the ball over, and you can't defend that. You know, when they get out running, their guards are...
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So
You're in LA. Lakers are up. Why are you interviewing Draymond Green?
it's the 2K Sports halftime show.
Hey, everybody. Ernie Johnson, joined by Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA halftime
I
show.
always wonder why Charles Barkley isn't in here.
Working out.
It's the Lakers out on top at halftime. They are completely in control of the game, leading by a massive amount. Kenny, what's your take?
There's been one thing that's made a difference in this game above all else. Their control of the battle. And that is just about going to wrap it up as the second.
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about.
Well, I really like the idea of DeAndre Jordan and LeBron on the Lakers team. I do think that they need a point guard, though. Lonzo Ball being injured right now, who knows how he's going to come back. And even last year, it's not like he put up amazing numbers. He averaged, 8 points? 6 to 8 points? Something like that. I can't remember. But he didn't average double figures in points. So maybe he will if once LeBron is there and DeAndre Jordan are there to, take the load off of him a little bit. But
11 times tonight, nailed 5 of them. Third quarter action getting rolling right now. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. So the Lakers
he has potential to be a star if he can get healthy, stay healthy.
to his side. There in the backcourt. LeBron and James is out there with Kawhi Leonard. And it's Jordan in at the center.
And you really got to be in awe. That's the way that Contavious Caldwell-Pope plays defense. So disciplined in this era of three-point shooting to kind of stay home on base and playing great position defense. He just sticks to his man like glue.
El Cole, it's not like he's playing defense on just anyone. Greg usually draws the opposing team's top scorer as his nightly assignment.
Yeah, and he's earned that responsibility because of his play. I mean, typically plays a ton of minutes and never slows down during the game. All around, fantastic defensive.
And Paul slaps it in.
And Ball just really good at running in transition. Smart at knowing where to sprint to in the open floor.
Thompson kicks to Iguodala. Second half just getting started. About a minute played.
Fall for that fake. Oh, he got through it.
Great touch on the 16-footer. Durant's got 5 points so far.
The defender did his job, but it didn't matter. KD just too big, too good.
Here's James.
Oh, come get yourself some.
Those are the kinds of plays that are just killing you.
The Warriors shooting poorly.
LeBron James is one of those players where, you love to hate, but you have to have him on your team when you play NBA 2K.
Over Leonard. And Durant gets it to go. The assist by Curry.
Because one of the things, when I started playing basketball games in the late 90s, one of the things I always look for was guys that can dunk. because it just looks better when the guy can dunk. Like you've got the fast break and you run, and you hit a layup. Like, it kind of kills the buzz, you know, kind of kills the mood there. And I had to have dunkers. I remember back in the day, I used to have Ricky Davis on my team, Darius Miles, Darvin Ham. I mean, these aren't great players, but they were able to dunk on anybody. And speaking of Ricky Davis, why isn't he in this game? Like, at all. Even in my team, when you look for players, he's not anywhere. But, and I really wanted him in there because Ricky Davis he played really good for me in earlier, I think it was NBA Live. I don't know if it was NBA Live or 2K. I don't know. But he played well for me. Like, I loved having him in, I think it was NBA Live 2000 or something like that. Or, was it? I can't remember. No, I don't know. No. I have no idea what game it was, but he was great for me. He was my go-to guy. Hey. See how exciting, how much better that play looks when he jams it home? Like, yeah, so I need a dunker on my teams. If they're not shooters, they have to be dunkers. So. Oh, that should have been in. Oh. Oh, that's a bad shot. Isn't Julius Randle a center? What the hell am I doing shooting threes with him? I mean, I like having Brook Lopez, DeAndre Jordan, LeBron James, maybe Paul George at the shooting guard, and Lonzo Ball if they can't get a better point guard. I like that lineup, actually. I mean, is Lonzo Ball a better point guard than George Hill in Cleveland? When healthy? Brook Lopez running. Brook Lopez running. Is he going to take it all the way? Oh. Obviously, the Lakers aren't going to play like this, like I said, but look out, look out, look out.
skyscrapers in Southern California.
Yeah, border takeover attempts, infighting. This has been a soap opera. But one thing is certain, in order to be successful as a franchise, you need everybody on the same page.
Draymond Green, he's checked in for the Warriors. Here's Caldwell Pope. Kicks to George. Back to Caldwell Pope. There's 42 seconds left in the third quarter. Yep, that one goes in there. Caldwell Pope's got 7 points.
And part of an overall effort for Kentavious going for higher percentage shots. That time working inside.
Young dishes to Durant. McGee is screen on Leonard. Over in the corner, Green misses the 3.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there's a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area. A monster from mid-range. I'm not sure how do you defend Kawhi there.
Golden State's gone a less than productive 2 of 6 from three-point land in the second half. McGee is screened, and they call an illegal screen.
And that's a tough one, but I'm also never going to get the benefit of the doubt. Some guys, they just know how to get away with it, and some don't.
That was a bad shot.
The technique he uses, leveraging his position down low, then just using sheer size to snatch the rebound. Some coaches might not like taking it through on the
Oh.
And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers rolling along with a 27-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
I've never been a fan of the Lakers with any players they've had on it. But I gotta say, if they get DeAndre Jordan and LeBron, I might actually become a fan of them.
Listen in to head coach
Because I like that team. I think mix them in here with Caldwell Pope and Lonzo Ball developing.
Warriors right now. Curry and McCaw are the 1 and the 2. Thompson is out there with Looney, and it's Bell in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Curry gets the bucket.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triple.
Here's
You want
Harden.
a 3? Here's a 3. Oh, no, or not.
Coming down the stretch here, holding the lead. You'd like him to be more efficient offensively.
And Thompson gets it to go.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
Fly in the post. Defended by
Channing
Bell.
Frye's with the Lakers?
No good for Fry.
I don't know that.
And whistle that time. And Los Angeles, listen, James. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Fry. And James subbed in for Hart. And the Warriors also making a change. Andre Iguodala is checked in for Patrick McCaw. Warriors trail by 21. Here's Curry with the three.
Really? I don't think he was gonna make that.
With his 14 field goal attempts. Caldwell Pope kicks to Leonard. And again, no good by the Lakers. The Warriors have gone 2 of 3 for the field to get the fourth quarter started. Knocks it loose. Here's Thompson. And Bell kicks to Curry. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that, Curry's got 5 points now this quarter. Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock into it. And the whistle blows. It's going to be an out for Iguodala. That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Ball's checked in for the Lakers. And here's LeBron outside. Here's Jordan. And right
There you go, see?
another basket.
DeAndre Jordan underneath the basket to clean it up. I really like that idea of DeAndre Jordan and LeBron on the Lakers. I mean, really, on any team for that matter, they have a better chance of making it to the finals if they were to go to the Eastern Conference. Like I said, they can still re-sign with LeBron can still re-sign with Cleveland, but even if do they have enough money to sign both players? And I don't think it's going to be enough to beat Golden State with the team that Cleveland has, even if they do keep LeBron and just add DeAndre Jordan. I think they're going to have to make a couple of pieces. They need a better point guard, a more consistent point guard. They're going to need some help off the bench, so you're going to have to get some key role players there. Um, like I said, DeAndre is not a Shaq type. He's not one of those type of players that can put up 30 points in the game. If LeBron is out for some reason, he's not gonna take the game over if LeBron sits on the bench for 10 minutes or so. You know, so they'll need someone else besides James and Jordan. They're gonna need, maybe a Paul George, but they're not gonna be able to put that team together in Cleveland. So.
And at this point, he might be top two. Jordan with 6 titles. Hard to see LeBron surpassing that. But just to be in the conversation with the GOAT is an achievement in and of itself. And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat. And that one drops for him. One of the best finishers this league has ever seen. LeBron with another inside.
Curry gets to Durant. Good with the triple.
And that's rough. He did have 3 in the first half, but hasn't had one since.
From the arc. And again, LeBron.
No, that was a bad shot anyway.
Warriors have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Here's Bell. The shot comes out. Jordan with some nice deep. LeBron with and Curry.
Look out, look out, look out.
Basket is good. 11 points for LeBron.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference.
But the difference is, if LeBron plays with Jordan, he's gonna have to figure something out because both Chris Bosh and Kevin Love spent a lot of time outside the paint. They spend a lot of time at the 3-point line. DeAndre Jordan is not a 3-point shooter like that. He's an in-your-face kind of player. He's the old school center. So that was a great defense. So it's going to take some time because with both Chris Bosh and Kevin Love, they go outside, they take the big man with them. That gives LeBron James space to attack the basket and work inside the paint. Well, DeAndre Jordan staying inside the paint, that's going to give LeBron less space to work. But, it's going to take some adjustments from his part. But that's what championships are all about. Making adjustments to your team, to your lineup, and to your game. I think I've scored more points with the actual Lakers players than I have with the 4 other guys.
And here is Curry. They set the pick. 3-pointer. LeBron grabs the miss. LeBron's got 6 rebounds now in the game.
Look out. Oh. Look out.
Good on the way in. James has got 6 here in this quarter.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Lakers.
You don't see this kind of
Come on, come on, come on, come on,
but
come on.
tonight, this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant
Double team. Oh, double team.
What a night tonight it was for Lonzo Ball.
He plays with such intelligence, creating good angles from the pass, hitting guys where they can do something with it, trying to make the most of every possession tonight.
Come on. Let's go. 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 Who's running with me? Who's running with me? There you go.
How much longer are they going to keep that foot on the accelerator? Well, this is less about winning the game now and more about making a bold statement.
Oh,
Blocked by Jordan.
that's why you need DeAndre Jordan. That defense, dude.
Separate the shot clock again. Here's Ball. The shot
That was a
clock
bad
is
shot.
short. And it's Golden State's ball. To the paint. Here's Bell. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot two right here.
So I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. Here's Hart. Pass to Jordan.
Ah, come on.
This one easy. A 49 dominant showing in front of the crowd that everyone here.
But I really like this idea. I think DeAndre Jordan and LeBron James with this Lakers team may or may not add Kawhi Leonard. I honestly don't think they need him if they get those two, but they could add Paul George as well if they can afford it financially, and keep the young guys. And I like some of these Lakers players. Some of them are actually pretty good. But
What do you think made the difference tonight?
Defense. We made our mark defensively. We understand that for the long term we have to defend at a high level. We've been doing that.
Just started that in, LeBron.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. For Steve Smith, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in.
Let's take a look at the game stats here. So Lonzo Ball, I scored more with him, 16 points, 13 for Contavious. So I scored 29 with those two. James 13, DeAndre 13, George 13. But yeah, my top two scorers are actually from the Lakers team themselves. Like that. I like that. But DeAndre had the most rebounds, so I and 5 blocks. So I like boy, DeAndre and LeBron with the Lakers. They might need Paul George though. They might need Paul George. But I mean, they're not a bad team at all. The West is very competitive. I don't know what the Lakers' record was in the last season, but I'm pretty sure if they were in the East, they would have made it to the playoffs. I don't think they have that bad of a team. They're probably better than the Cavaliers without LeBron. So add LeBron to them, they're going to make it to the playoffs. Add DeAndre Jordan, they're going to be one of the top 3 teams in the West. I can guarantee that. Are they good enough to beat the Houston Rockets or Golden State Warriors? I don't know. So they might need Paul George as well. But that's it. This was a waste of a broadcast. But hey, man, whatever. You know.